As social distancing measures force homeless shelters to cut how many people they can take in, Missouri Slope United Way is worried about those who have nowhere else to go. Renee Cooper reports the health and safety restrictions are putting a strain on the nonprofit, working to house and feed those in need.
You know, the clients that we serve are some of the most vulnerable people in our community.
The United Way homeless shelter right here behind me is actually in a shelter in place, meaning everyone currently staying here is promised not to leave.
It's really just a matter of time, I believe, when someone at our shelter tests positive for COVID-19.
Golo says last week the Bismarck shelter had 45 people staying there, which means it's full for the first time, including floor space. They cannot take in anyone new, and they have to reduce their numbers. So Golo says they're working on a plan.
For example, we have a mother with a 3-year-old daughter, and the 3-year-old has pneumonia. We just don't have the space to safely care for that 3-year-old or the staffing. So we put them in a hotel.
But Golo says United Way can't afford to do that for everyone.
But all of our local hotels are too expensive. We're not going to be taken advantage of like they take advantage of all of the poor people in our community. Shame on them.
Instead, United Way is raising money to help its most vulnerable clients get started in apartments. As for those at the shelter, they are spaced out according to CDC guidelines.
So we'd have one on top, no one on the bottom. And the next bunk, have someone on the bottom, no one on top.
Volunteers are no longer allowed at the shelter except to drop off meals. Back when folks could leave the shelter, they could get food from anywhere in the community. But with the shelter in place, United Way now has to provide 3 square meals a day. Luckily, Heaven's Helper Soup Cafe has been bringing lunch every day.
We know that we're all here to serve and be here for the community during times like this.
They're doing pickup and delivery only to abide by the governor's executive order. Myers says they're busier than usual, feeding about 300 people a day.
We're kind of running on a skeleton crew, but we have a lot of regulars that just pop on in and help out.
Right now for the homeless shelter, a lot is still up in the air. Golo assured me they're working with the city of Bismarck and local businesses to find solutions to make sure public health and the safety of our most vulnerable neighbors is protected. Reporting for KX News in Bismarck, Renee Cooper.
First and foremost, United Way needs help bringing in more meals. They also need bleach, disinfectant, masks, gloves, and paper towels for cleaning. United Way has established a pandemic relief fund, and to donate or find out how to drop off food, you can visit kxnet.com. On Monday,